what would you say if you were like hiring? So if you guys were hiring or anyone was hiring for anything and you were to, I know, like looking at a Facebook or looking at someone's Twitter page to kind of determine, like, you know, you look at someone's Twitter page and it's all about, you know, it has no news content, but they're graduating and you're like, why are they, you know, you look who they're following, things like that. What would you say, would anyone say, as to like how you kind of either balance like personal and news? I mean, I know people have.
Yeah, I would say don't put anything out online in on any social media that you don't want an employer to see. And you know, we've hired people who we've had to say, listen, you know, go on your Facebook page and take down the you know, I'm on a boat spoof, or you know, take down the picture of you upside down on the doing the funnel, and you know, it's stuff that we would have had probably on our Facebook pages 15 years ago.
About 3 years ago, I interned at the Connecticut Post, and I remember having a conversation with my direct boss, Lynn Levinson, and we were like, Facebook was just sort of exploding at that point, and I was talking about, I forget how the conversation started, but I was talking about, you know, I personally, if I was hiring somebody, I wouldn't bother to look at any of that, because I'm sure everybody here has been drunk at a party or, you know, done something.
Yeah, but are they dumb enough to post it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, here, like, whether or not you're posting it or not, those things happen. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not earth-shattering to know that people drink alcohol.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been hiring people for, like, about 14 years on different jobs for different things. And having Facebook and even in MySpace was the first time I really started noticing how nice it is to really peer into exactly who I'm hiring. And I have made choices, specific choices, looking on their Facebook, looking on.
Well, that's not the end of the story.
What's the rest of the story?
The rest of the story is my direct boss, Linda, said I would absolutely look at that. I would absolutely look at someone's Facebook. And
it's pretty standard these days.
Yeah, and so fast forward to a month ago, roughly. Linda Levinson wants to be your friend on Facebook. And I remember this conversation, and I was thinking, you know, I'm never going to get a job at Connecticut Post, so, you know, whatever. I'll you know, be friends with her. She was really nice to me and everything. And there wasn't anything, you know, horrible on my Facebook. And sure enough, like 5 minutes after I accept her friend request, she's like, you know, we have this opening, do you want to come down and interview? And I mean, just having that conversation with her, like, that was kind of one of the first things that I realized, like, you have to actually pay attention to what is going to be on there. Regardless, I mean, I have photos as friends only. But what happens is sometimes you're going to become friends with your boss on Facebook. And that's, you know, not exactly the right situation, even if you have photos of you.
Sean and then Ed.
Make an impact. If you say the wrong things, just like that, you can be shot right down the ladder.
Especially when you get into the corporate world. You know, if you're dealing with somebody like Corey or me or whatever, like, I'll overlook the Facebook thing. I might even think it's funny. But corporate HR people, they won't see anything funny about that picture of you passed out under the table with a bunch of beer bottles. They're just, you know, they're going to throw out your resume. It's going to go right into the shredder.
It doesn't matter what I do, or it doesn't matter what any of us here do. And it doesn't even matter whether you think it's right or wrong that an employer would look at your Facebook page or your Twitter feed or what have you. The reality is, if you're looking for a job and you want to get into the marketplace, don't put anything up that could get you to not get that job. Whether or not you think it's right or wrong, again, we would look at it, pretend we're looking at it. Is that best advice to that?
I know that my company, they don't look at Facebook, but I just make everything private. Just do friends only for your photos, and just my main thing was, like, I'm not friends with my coworkers. Like, I'm not friends with my executive editor on Facebook. I never asked her to be my friend. I don't want to be her friend. Like, just keep things. You just don't want her. You know, it's just work, and I go out to lunch with her, and I'm friends with her, but Facebook should just be private. So
you don't get requests from them?
No, we just have like a.
Yeah, I've gotten so many requests from them. So what I've been forced to do is I've created levels of friendships, where I've created lists where I have work friends and then personal friends, and because I have 500 friends on Facebook, I don't know 500 people. Yeah, so some of these people are not really my friends. So they get to see my wall, which is pretty
But
basic.
even with that though, you can separate it and you can make it private. You can not be friends with your boss, but then you know, a couple weeks later you can be friends with the person in the next cubicle. Turns out you went to the same school, you have a good time, friends with them. Well, they're friends with your boss. And
Well,
it's
now-
just- they
now
don't
you-
like-
I think that if you are being looked at for a job in journalism, people expect you to be professional and kind of keep that personal stuff to a minimum. So I wouldn't put anything on my Facebook that referred to my job in any negative way.